this is Dave with DRH Acrylic Creation. Today we're going to be doing a collaboration with Garrick Brown Art Studios, and the colors are going to be based on a fraternity that both Garrick and I belong to. Is Phi Mu Alpha, which is a music fraternity. I joined back in 1977 and became a full member in '78. Have been ever since, and finding out that we share that background gave us inspiration to do this collaboration. So the colors again are going to be black and red. We threw a gold in as for good measure. So without any further ado, let me get down to the colors. Okay, let's talk about my color layers for today. We're going to be using quite a bit of the lamp black. Lamp black is hard to see there, but it is an opaque color. We've got interference gold. This is a color by Golden, and you can tell by the open square there that it is a transparent color. Over on the gold side, this is a combination of Amsterdam iridescent gold light and PBO precious gold, with just a dash of the Firedots gold nugget to give it a little more sparkle. Over on the red side, we have, I'm going to try this again, Algerian Crimson Hue. And this is, if you notice the square, it is wide open, so it is a transparent color. Absolutely wonderful color. Goes with almost everything I've tried it with. This is Arteza. This is Crimson Red. The square is filled in, so it is opaque, which means it needs to be on the bottom because nothing will shine through that's my purpose for having that. I wanted that, something for my colors to sit on top of. I have two this little Piggy colors. First is Maraschino. Maraschino is like the cherry. It's a beautiful cherry red with a gold undertone. And Athena, which is in the red family, but more of a pinkish. And really, the reason I chose it is because of the strong gold undertone with it. Okay, over on my cell activators, start with the white. This is titanium white, and it is mixed with 3 parts Australian Floetrol. This is another dose of my lamp black. You notice the square is filled in, so it is opaque, and it's mixed exactly the same way. This is Amsterdam iridescent gold deep, and it is only semi-opaque. I have added just a tad bit of precious gold in with this to lighten it up slightly. Okay, and that is my color layer. I'm going to be using a white pillow paint today, and you'll see that when we get down to the canvas. Okay, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working on a 8 by 20 inch canvas. I'm going to put down a white pillow. My pillow paint is PPG Multi-Pro, and that's an eggshell. I get that at Home Depot, and there's a couple reasons why I get it, why I use it. Is first off, love the consistency. I don't think I could be happier with a pillow paint. My prior pillow paint before this was Gluten Essentials and Eggshell, which worked beautifully, but I think the price tag of this is about $5 less per gallon, so it's a winner, hands down. So I'm going to put down the pillow paint. I'm going to put a healthy amount, but not too much, because whatever pillow paint I put down, I'm going to have to spin off. So my goal is not to have a lot of spinning involved here. So, well, at least I want to limit it. So, as I tell you that I want to limit how much pillow paint I put down, I put a lot of pillow paint down. So, there we go. The guideline for me on pillow paint is to basically get enough paint for my color layer to slide across. And that is my main goal with the pillow paint. In this case, the pillow paint is going to have a secondary function or that I'm going to be using it for. Also, is I'm going to put down what is I call a fake or faux pillow. So the white is going to allow me to pull some of that up to get a little more depth with the painting. What I'm going to do is this is going to be a swipe with a little bit of scoop and drag involved. So without any more ado, what I'm going to put down first is going to be my undercoat below my faux pillow. Time for the color layer. This is Interference Gold, and like I said earlier, this has some bubbles in it, and I kind of took a chance with this one and went forward. But Interference Gold looks best when it's paired up with a dark color, because then the interference color will stand out. Next, I'm going on the back of this tool, I'm going to put lamp black. I'm going to spread an even coat across the top, and point to that is this is a faux pillow or a false pillow. The painting is going to look like I painted it with a black pillow, but in the end you'll see some of the whites come through, and so it gives a little bit more depth. At least that's the plan. Just stretching it out, trying to get a little bit more of the black to cover. And take it down, and taking it too far down, so I'm going to bring it back center. Our next color, this is Crimson Red. This is an Arteza paint, and it is opaque, which means light will not travel through it. It's dense. So by opaque, it means that nothing can be seen through it. That's really what I wanted to do. So this is iridescent gold and precious gold. It's both Amsterdam and PVO. These are both semi-opaque. Interference gold again. Just get a little bit more up on top. This is Maraschino. This is from this little piggy. Started out as a powder, or a mica powder, and I wet it with a little bit of Joseon varnish and put it with my pouring medium to make the paint. This is Algerian crimson hue, and this is also a golden paint. It's one of my most flexible colors. This is Athena by this little piggy. Again, it was a pigment when it started. It has a red hue with a little bit of with a lot of gold behind it. So that's the reason why I wanted to use it. Okay, this is the cell activators. Iridescent gold by Amsterdam with a little tiny bit of PVO, precious gold, Amsterdam titanium white, and Amsterdam lamp black. All three mixed with 3 parts Australian Floetrol. I also added to this mix the Boom Gel Willy Wagtail Black, and it kind of helps with cell formation. Okay, time to do some scooping and dragging. What I'm doing is I'm scooping under the paint and I'm pulling it out. And by doing that, with some of them, I'm going a little deep to try to pull up that the white background. And it'll give you a sense of depth, and if done really well, it can create almost a backlit feel to it. As I said earlier, this is a collaboration with Garrick Garrick Brown Art Studio, and I'd invite you to go over and check out his channel for see what he's come up with this color scheme as soon as you're finished here. I'm just playing in the paint now, enhancing what's there and creating some movement where there wasn't enough. And I'm going to start stretching this out, cover the canvas a little bit more. There on my left hand side, you're right, it's needed get down quite a bit further, and I eventually do get there. But the key to this is to move slowly. You probably noticed that I've made some cuts here. It's because the video was extremely long, and I got to one point where the voiceover that I did while I did this just got to be too lengthy, and there was no way I could cut and make it not, make it make sense. So I'm doing the voiceover as a means to get that done. If you'd like to know how I put together my paints, my pigments, my cell activators, you can check out my 101 series. It's listed here, and it'll explain everything that I do. So that 101 series is a series of videos that I've done in the past. It's a little bit more cell activator to get some more cells done on that end of things. And I think I'm about ready to start spinning. So looks like I'm spinning rather quickly here, but it really isn't. I've sped this up just a little bit to make the time constraints work. In real time, the painting of this piece was just shy of an hour and a half. So there was quite a bit that I cut out. Now, I talked about the interference gold down below having bubbles in it. And it's a bit of a concern. At this point, I'm seeing the bubbles start to come up to the surface, and I was a tad bit concerned about it, if how I was gonna handle that. And I'll talk about that in just a bit, because it was a pleasant surprise. Now that was a faster spin. I'm just checking the sides, making sure I've got coverage on the sides. I think come back after I shut this off, I actually cut out the part where I actually put some more black on the corners there to fill in some of the areas that didn't get enough paint or didn't get enough black. There's plenty of paint on this canvas, and later I'll talk about the problem it has caused. I think with this, we're about ready to do the flyover. This is the wet results. You can see I got some very nice cells throughout here and in the center there. And I'm really loving the way that the color mixing that I have. have the dried results in a second. Okay, I'm back with the dried results. As you can see, those dots that are all over the place, that was caused from the air bubbles in the interference gold. And everywhere you see those air bubbles is that interference gold that's poking through. And depending on the angle of the light you get is when you see the gold more often. Against the black, it really does work extremely well. My cell activators sank. The integrity of the cells collapsed a little bit. So, you know, the good with the bad, I got some very interesting composition. I'm happy with the piece. I will hang this piece up in my own house. So, if you enjoyed today's video, I'd invite you to give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and ring that bell for notifications of videos that I'll put out. It's my goal to put out at least 2 per week, and I'm hoping you're finding them both enjoyable and useful. Thanks for being here. Bye now.